Good morning. Hello. Hey, Justine. Okay, guys, I'm going to get started straight away. Today I want to talk to you about if you're feeling stuck and a way that you can get yourself out of that stuck feeling. And that's great, Justine. Awesome. What I wanted to talk to you about is that hey, Kate, these dreams that you have for growing this business of yours, the places that you want to take this brand of yours, this person that you want to show up as an entrepreneur. Thank you, Jolene. Morning, Lolita. If you're feeling like you know where you want to take this thing, or you're feeling like maybe you do and then you're stepping in and out of this thing over and over again, that's usually probably the stuckness feeling. It's kind of stepping into something and then stepping out of it often, or not knowing what to do next. But I want to talk to you about this feeling of let me just share with you an experience that I had, and then I can come back to the lesson that I'm trying to teach you. I had 3 hours sleep last night. As I was about to fall asleep last night, I started thinking about my upcoming trip. I'm flying to Florida in a couple of days, and I made that fatal error of letting my mind go there, and then I was just so excited I couldn't get to sleep. So I got up and, spent about 3 hours during the night doing stuff. So my brain's a little bit of a fog, but I'm going to carry on anyway. So let me start with the story about my experience recently. I recently started to question whether the things that I were focusing on I began to question whether I'd lost sight of what was really important to me and was focusing on superficial things. And even the launch of my brand, Rich, Fit and Famous online, I was really struggling with that because I don't typically use words like rich. I don't usually typically use words like famous. Hey, Jen. So it was always a little bit grating on me anyway. But I keep stepping in and out of that brand, and that's another offering that I have going on at the moment. And so I began to think, well, is this just a reflection of where I'm taking things, when really this is never what I've been about? I've never really been, yeah, sure, it's nice to have nice things and all that sort of stuff, but isn't this superficial? And I started to really question this stuff. Morning, Cindy. And then I decided to take myself back to my childhood, and I was trying to really deeply reflect on what is really important to me. And always love is important to me in the relationships that I have with the people close to me and also my community. I always try to come from a place of love and receive things from a place of love. And so, that's really important to me. Community is really important to me. Being fit and strong and healthy is really important to me. Looking good is important to me. All of these things. And then I started to think back about when I was a little kid and the things that I used to love to do when I was a kid. And, I can remember instances from being very, very young, and we'd go into a shop somewhere and I would automatically pick the most expensive thing. It didn't matter, I just had this knack for the thing that I want is the most expensive thing in the shop. And even, I can remember when I was growing up, we didn't have money at all, and we moved many, many times. By the time I moved home out of home at 16, we'd moved something like over 30 times. And I can remember this time when I was in, I must have been about 11 or 12 or something like that. And I remember I was the oldest, so I bagged this bedroom, like this is the bedroom that I want. And it was already set up, and it was a massive bedroom, and it had this big double bed in it. And I spent a lot of time making it look very beautiful. And I can remember my mum and my stepdad walking in one morning, and I was laying across the bed, and they thought I was just like starfishing it, but there were springs all over this mattress, and I had to kind of lay a certain way so I wasn't impaled on some springs. But I remember my stepdad saying to my mum, oh, for God's sake, look at her, would you? I really hope she marries a millionaire because she has such champagne taste. And I remember at that time thinking, I'm going to make my own money. I don't need anybody to, I pretended I was asleep. But even back then, I've had this desire for beautiful things. I've had this desire for luxury, and I was trying to fight that a little bit and say, well, focusing on those things is really superficial. But they've been part of my life since I was a small child. I've always loved beautiful things. It's just part of who I am. And so I decided to start to own that again. And so I was ready to throw in the Rich, Fit and Famous online brand because I thought, that's not who I am. I'm deeper than that. I've never been about this and I've never been about that. But yeah, I've really consolidated all of that stuff. And I consolidated that and I feel really good about where I'm taking my business. You know, I have my Anti-Hustle Society. If you want to know the information on that, it's above the video. But I now have my Anti-Hustle Society where oh, thank you, Luann. Thank you. So I've got this beautiful low-end offering, which is my Anti-Hustle Society. And I'm now able to, you know, be in touch and help create six-figure entrepreneurs and women who want to really dive into their businesses and really, you know, grow their businesses from a place of passion and excitement. And these are women that have not been able to work with me before because they haven't been able to afford it. And now I have this Anti-Hustle Society, and that was kind of the missing link, I think. It wasn't so much about you should stop, you know, focusing on loving these superficial things, when really it's always been secondary anyway. Instead, it was more about, thank you, Kate. It was really more about what's missing here for me, what's missing. And you know, the women that I work with till now have all paid a lot of money for my programs. And at the end of last year, I started to release some lower end products. So they were about $197 or $247 for my 5-day boot camps. And I loved running those. But what I loved even more was the fact that these women that couldn't afford to spend tens of thousands of dollars with me were able to access training that I could give them for a small part of the price. But what I noticed there was, even at that lower price point, these women were still having to use the installment plan button, even though it meant paying more. And so that meant to me, you know, I need to bring something even lower end than that, something more affordable. The value is still the same, and so that's what I'm doing now. And one of the ways that I got unstuck and I worked my way through all of that was through my journaling process. And I shared quite openly in my journaling group that, guys, I'm really struggling here. But I'm just going through the motions. I'm still doing my journaling practice. I'm still just writing even when I don't feel like it. I'm still writing when I don't really know what the hell I'm supposed to be writing about, because I have faith in this process and I know it's going to take me to the other side of the struggle. And it really, really did, you know. And I use my journaling practice more than ever. You would have seen on my social pages that journal was following me everywhere. And it wasn't just, you know, it helped me to shift out of that space, but then it was there to help me really leverage this new direction and get excited about it and really can feel 100% connected and aligned with where I was taking things, and help me to feel really good about it and excited about it. And so that journaling practice is a big part of my life. I've journaled already this morning twice. Once at 3 o'clock in the morning when I couldn't get to sleep, and again at 7 o'clock this morning. And surprisingly, a lot of change between 3 a.m. and 7 a.m. Don't ask me how. But if you are feeling stuck and you need some guidance around that sort of stuff, thank you, Jillian, then get on that journaling program. It is a life-changing program. We all go through these shitty ups and downs. We have, you know, we can be the queens at creating problems for ourselves when we don't have any. Like, there was nothing going on, but for some reason this thought entered my head and then I made a nice little mess of it. And I had to just work my way through it. And we all had that stuff all the time. You know, there are times when I lose my motivation for training and I have to journal my way through that to get back to it. And it just is such an incredible tool. It's such an incredible tool, and I would love you to be a part of it. So the journaling program, if you follow the links above the video, the journaling program, I charge $297 for that program. But if you join my Anti-Hustle Society, which is this place that is my place of love and passion right now, and this is a community that I plan to grow all year. This is my focus. I'm not taking on any high-end clients. It's all about this anti-hustle community. And if you join that today, it's $25. You get the you get the March training at the end of the month for free, which is a 5-day boot camp. And then you also have my journaling program included in that. And that's only going to cost you $25. So instead of paying almost $300 for that journaling program, sign up today, hit the link, and it's only going to cost you $25. And then from there, you will pay $67 a month. There is no lock-in contract. So if you love it and you want to stay, and I plan to make you want to stay, then you will just continue on with your with the membership. But there's an unsubscribe button on the sign up page. So if you think, you know, this is just not for me, you can go and hit that up straight away. But it's my goal and intention to make sure that this community gives you everything that you need, that I am giving you the training that you need to grow and expand every day as an entrepreneur, and to give you the tools and strategies to grow your businesses. It's my passion to empower you with high quality learning at a low cost, because you know, you guys are the people that I want to serve. So if you're not in that community, please, please, please sign up for it. You don't want to miss out by the end of March, because that price will go up. It's still not going to be huge. It's still only $67, but I want you joined up. I want you part of that community. It's going to be incredible. It really is. I'm just seeing Jennifer say she loves this. She was hitting a major wall this morning and journaled on the until the day broke loose. Yeah, you know, Jennifer was part of my journaling program last time, and she's in the group again, so she'll get to participate in the journaling program as well. The journaling program starts next Wednesday. I'm going to run it. I fly to Florida on Saturday, and then I'm going to run it from Wednesday. So it'll be Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. We'll have the weekend off so you can catch up, and then again on the Monday, Tuesday. And once you're in that program, you have access to that content forever after. And I'm always in there posting a bit of, you know, rallying the troops sort of stuff, and also journaling prompts. So $25, it's a bargain. If you're not in it, don't undervalue it because the price is low. Trust me when I say that the value is there, and all I'm asking is that you sign up for $25, give it a go, and if you really hate it, you know, I think it's a low risk. Anyway, that stuck feeling is there for a reason. Honestly, for me, the stuck reason was because there was something missing. There was an element of my business that was missing, and my business is a big part of me. It's not everything, but it's a big part of me, and I need to feel totally in flow and at ease. Whenever I'm journaling, the words with ease, at ease, come up every single day. For me, that's so important. And there was something that was just missing around that. And it was this having to turn away people all the time because they couldn't afford to work with me. And that stresses me out, honestly, it really does. So to be able to create that product was really good. And then, as I say, for me to remember that, you know, this part of me that does like beautiful things and is about to jump on my first international business class flight with Qatar Air, so that's exciting. That's always been me. You know, it's not a new thing. This is not me being caught up in my success and forgetting about what's important. And once I was able to really plug into that stuff and get clear about that stuff, it made all the difference. And I was able to feel really settled and grounded again, that, hey, this is part of who I am and I'm owning it. Like, I do love expensive things from when I was 4 years of age. We could go into any shop. It could be anything. It could be toys. It could be a top. It could be, I don't know, food, whatever. And I would automatically pick the most expensive thing. That is just part of who I am. I'm owning it now. And I just need to make a whole lot more money to make sure that I can keep enjoying my life like that. And I want to help you do the same. So if you're not in that program, jump on in. I'm also going to actually post the Rich, Fit and Famous online 6-week intensive that I've got starting shortly as well. That's the details are on there, and feel free to message me if you have any information about that. Anyway, have an amazing day. I'm going to go catch up with a girlfriend today, which is going to be cool. We haven't seen each other for quite a while. And yeah, the decks are pretty clear for me at the moment, so I'm just lady of leisure at the moment. But have an amazing day wherever you are in the world, or evening, and I'll be back tomorrow. Bye.